Vernon Davids, thank you for inviting us here to this beautiful setting in La Lucia in Durban.
That's a pleasure.
You're the principal of Victory Christian Academy, and we're talking about education in South Africa, and more particularly the breakdown in South African society as a result of the corruption and everything we see is not because people are not properly educated. They are, many of them are.
Absolutely.
But they lack character.
That's it.
And that's what you are focusing on here at Victory Christian Academy.
I think we are focusing on it. I think every parent that puts their child in the school, their heart is to see their child learn character.
That's right.
I mean, I've been here 17 years and I've seen a lot of parents come. And one of the most important things they tell me is, I want my child to learn godly character.
So parents are actually looking for that now?
There are more and more parents waking up to the fact that an education of the mind is not all that is required today.
Okay.
They want the hearts to be educated as well. And what you find is more and more parents tend to be working longer hours. And so as a schooling system, we've now got to provide the values for these children.
To supplement what's
already happening
at home.
What's already happening at home, yeah.
So the question is then, what sets Victory Christian Academy apart from other schools in the public schooling system? Because look, we've got to be honest. We're not saying this is better than that. What we're trying to say is we have to be honest about what's happening in South Africa. Everybody knows it. Yeah. It's in the media. It's out in the public domain. People are getting more and more concerned about education in South Africa. The decline in educational standards, the decline in teaching standards, the decline in morality. We see violence and crime and teen pregnancies happening at schools, drug dealing, gangsterism. And the question is, why is that happening?
Let me tell you a story. I had a parent recently thank me. He said, Mr. David, I thank you for saving me 150,000 Rand a year. And I got a shock. I said, hey, what's going on? He said, well, my two students are in an Ivy League school at New York City at Fordham University. And because of their character, they've been elected as student leaders. And because they are student leaders, they get a reduced rate for the university.
Wow.
Now, he said, that comes because my children were here from grade R to grade 12, and they learned character. Because more and more businesses, they're wanting people that they can trust.
That's right.
They'll even train you for skill. But character and attitude, that's something that's woven on the inside of you.
Absolutely.
And as you grow, that's taught to you.
And that's what's lacking in our public schooling system. I think everybody's beginning to agree that the great breakdown in the public schooling system is that we're not teaching young people character.
We've diluted our education system, but not only have we diluted our education, we've diluted that so that our kids could do better, but we've not only done that, we've diluted our morals and our values. And I think we've done the entire education system seems to be diluted. And so I've never seen so many children get A's in grade 12. You know, it's a joke. And yet they can't do an interview. They go to university and the dropout rate at first year is incredible.
That's right.
What are we producing? You know, in our system, they did research. And after doing research with about 450 kids, they found that students who graduate from our ACE schools have a 75% throughput rate at university, compared to, I think, about 23–24% of a normal government school.
75 to 23%.
Yeah.
That's huge.
No, it speaks for itself. So that 75% of our students who start will complete their degree in the allotted time. Whereas in a conventional system, in government schools in particular, it's been about 23–25%.
We want to talk to your head boy, and we want to talk to some of the students at this school and find out from them, what do they attribute their academic, their sporting excellence to? Alan, you're the head boy at Victory Christian Academy here in Durban. They've got a reputation for academic excellence in the sporting arena as well. What would you say the reason for that is?
Well, first of all, I'd like to I would agree with what you said, because VCA and its curriculum system, unlike many other schools, ACE focuses on one individual at a time. And I think that's very good about our school. They individualize you and they don't focus on this and that. They focus on you as the student, and that's something that every student deserves, you know, the care and love from each teacher.
The individual attention.
Yes, sir.
And so you would then, the academic excellence, you would say that is one of the reasons.
Yes,
what are
sir.
some of the other reasons?
They also focus on teaching us on Christian stuff, which I think is very important too, and it helps us within our academics, because we all do need Christian principles in our lives. That's another good thing.
So teaching the Bible, you would say, is a very important part of your academic excellence.
Yes, sir, it is indeed.
Now you mentioned a very important word there, discipline.
Yes, sir. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishments, and without discipline you can't achieve any of that, you know. And when your parents discipline you and your school disciplines you, they don't do it because they hate you or anything. They do it because they love you and they want to see you succeed. And without discipline, no one will ever know how to actually get their work done. Discipline is the assurance in your life. Without discipline, you can't succeed. That's how I see it.
We need to get you into government. We need you to speak to our government, because that was the best explanation I've heard from a young person of why discipline is necessary. What we're trying to get out there through this program is that value-based education is the solution for South Africa's educational crisis. Would you agree with me?
I would definitely agree with that. Without values, how can one live, you know? Values are very important. They're not just needed for our school, they're also needed for our future lives.
That's right.
When we go into our future careers, and even when we're not at school, with our families and our friends, with all our peers. Values are important, and our value-based education system, I would definitely have to agree, is really good.
And Alan, you're looking at the chaos in our society. I'm sure you watch television, you read the newspapers,
Yes, I
you
do.
see what's happening.
Yes.
I spoke to your principal about a student that beat his teacher with a broom and chased him out, while other students were laughing and sneering. We've got another case where a student shot a teacher in the classroom in the leg. And so, you know, from that we can obviously assume that discipline is broken down in our schools, and it looks like discipline in the home is also in trouble. But what you see in society, what would Alan's advice be to government leaders, to leaders in society, about how do we correct the chaos we see in society today?
Well, you know, like Mahatma Gandhi once said, you know, if you want to see change in the world, it has to start with you. We've got to be the change, you know. We've actually got to start the change first. I think the government should focus less on the budget, on how things should go, and actually start to focus on how things are at the moment right now. With terms to the school and how teachers are being treated and stuff, when a student does that, not only is he destroying his own integrity, but he's also belittling his own teacher and bringing down that person's reputation, and I don't think that's really good. And in a society like this, such as South Africa, I personally believe that we should all work together, not just the government, but also the students and the parents and the teachers, because instead of, like you said, condemning, if we all commended each other and started bringing each other up, I think that would equal to a better result. And I think that's really important. Yeah.
Alan, I want to thank you for speaking to me.
Yes, sir.
And meeting a young person like you, even though what we're seeing in society today gives me a lot of hope. Yeah. So if you should go into government one day, I'm definitely going to be voting for you.
Thank you very much.
God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Brittany McDonald, you are a very successful student here at Victory Christian Academy. You excel academically and in sporting disciplines. Tell us a little bit about what you do.
I do rhythmic gymnastics, and I've done it since I was 6 years old, so it's been a very big part of my life. Recently I've taken part in contemporary and ballet at Breakthrough Dance Company. Yeah, and I've been overseas a couple of times representing my country.
That's wonderful. Where have you been?
I've been to America, Dallas, Texas. I did international competition there, and I came first overall.
Wow.
And I've done a couple of training camps in Bulgaria, representing my country. Like 4 or 5 times I've been there, yeah.
Do you hope to represent South Africa at the Olympics?
Yes, hopefully. It's just, it's very difficult. You need sponsors and everything. That's why I've taken up the genre of contemporary and ballet. So I want to go to a performing arts school in New York, hopefully, yeah.
And how old are you?
16.
So at 16, you've already been successful, you've been winning competitions overseas, representing your country, you're excelling academically. So the question I want to ask you is, what do you attribute your success to?
My parents have been an enormous inspiration and influence. They always keep me going, always helping me through everything. Encouraging me all the time. And putting me in the school was the best thing they've ever done for me. It's just taught me so much values and morals, and I use them throughout everything I do. Everything I've learned here has helped me through everything, and I'm so grateful for them for putting me here.
So you're thankful to God, or you would attribute your success to the value system in your home?
Yes, all the biblical values, everything.
And it's also being complemented in your school. Now that's very important, because sometimes young people get good moral values and teaching in their homes, but it's broken down in the educational system, and that's not happening to you. And so you're thankful that you're getting it at home, you're getting it at school.
I would have never gotten this far in what I do if it wasn't for the school.
So what are some of the things that you taught that stuck with you, that keeps you?
It's like all the little scripture verses in our paces, all the devotions, everything that we taught, it helps so much. Like, the teachers there are amazing. Everything they say is 2 points, and it sticks in you. Like, it doesn't leave you what they say.
So even your academic education, you're doing well in that, and most of the students here are, but you would say it's because of the model teaching.
Yes.
That's your foundation.
Yes.
And so now, if you see what is happening in our public schooling system, with the breakdown there, gangsterism, drug addiction, all of these things, that would you argue then that that's the reason we're seeing what we're seeing in society?
Yes, what they learn at school, they don't learn what we learn here. So it's all just go as you are, and it's not. There's no discipline there or anything.
And again, you're using the word discipline. Now, discipline is a word that people don't like. And I want to ask you the same thing. I spoke to your head boy earlier, and he also used the word discipline. Now, young people in society generally don't like discipline, and even our government wants to outlaw discipline. They don't want parents disciplining children. But you saying that discipline is a good thing.
Yeah, a very good thing, because you won't get as far in life if you don't have discipline, and we are taught that here.
So what would your message be to our government?
They should encourage discipline, because the students in schools, public schools, they won't get far in life if that's not taught.
Brittany, we want to thank you for speaking to us, and I wish you well. You know what? I wish you get sponsors to help you with going to the Olympics. There's people out there. Please support Brittany McDonald. She has a great future ahead of her, and it's refreshing to meet a young person of your stature, of your caliber.
It was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's our show for tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do remember to pick up your copy of Joy magazine, available at all major retailers. Please visit our website and subscribe to Ariel's weekly newsletter. Thank you for joining us tonight. Good night and God bless.